What's up, herd? Welcome back to another video. In this video, I'm going to share with you 12 lessons that we've learned from 12 years of traveling and living abroad full-time while running our remote freedom lifestyle businesses. If you're new here and you have no idea who the GOATs are, we're Nick and Doris, and we quit our jobs about 12 years ago to travel the world. And since then, we've built 5 separate remote businesses that earn us a full-time income while living and traveling the world. We help creatives and creators launch and grow successful remote businesses online based around their passions so that they can explore the world and work from anywhere without spending all day staring at their laptops and missing out on the joys of travel. Yes, our friends and families thought it was crazy when we quit our high-paying corporate jobs back in Canada to travel, but we still managed to far surpass those salaries while only working a fraction of the hours on our own remote businesses. So yeah, it's been 12 years now, and yes, we are old. So it's actually hard for me to believe that it's already been 12 years. And if you missed our last video last week, go and check it out because it was all about how we actually quit our jobs to start this crazy life in the first place. But in this video, I want to talk to you about the things that we've learned. And spoiler alert, the ways that most digital nomads are sharing about this freedom life is complete bullshit. Well, either they're full of shit or they haven't been doing it long enough yet. I remember when our remote incomes first surpassed our incomes from our jobs back in Canada, and we were also sharing nothing but positive content online. We were like, oh my God, income is up again, or oh, I just got paid to stay in another luxury hotel, or I just made $1,000 in my sleep. We posted only positive things because nothing negative had happened to us up until that point. But guess what? And I'm really sorry to spoil this for all you aspiring digital nomads out there, but it's not all rice patty offices and smashed avo on toast. In this video, you can expect an honest look at what it's actually like to build and run your own remote businesses online, and a few things that we managed to mess up pretty bad along the way. So hopefully you can learn from our mistakes, and if not, well, maybe you can just watch this video anyways and subscribe to our YouTube channel because maybe you just like watching videos about other people f***ing up. Anyways, let's get into it. So number 1, stay put. We were guilty of this for about 8 years of our nomadic life. We traveled so much that we couldn't really get any work done. Here's a newsflash: you cannot build a real business if you're moving to a new hotel or Airbnb every 3 days. Or maybe you can build a relatively successful business, but then just don't get pissed off when your nomad friend spends at least 4 months in every place and then his business, lifestyle, and his six-pack are far better than yours after about a year or so. If you're serious about this whole nomadic business thing, stay at least 3 to 4 months in every place. Get an apartment with good Wi-Fi, set yourself up with a routine, and spend at least 20 hours per week with focused work on your business. Oh, and if you want those abs, always do all of your work from the plank position. All right, number 2, you need to network like you're Teen Mobile. I'm a relatively social guy in that if Doris forces me to go out and socialize, I'll behave out in public. For some reason, I've never really liked the digital nomad hotspots, and maybe you're like me, but maybe you're not. Either way, I can't help but to notice that the people who frequent those spots are also far more motivated, have better business ideas, are better diversified, and are generally more successful than their non-social counterparts. Network as much as you can. Go to events, base yourself in hotspots, work in co-working spaces, email your competitors and become their friends, randomly show up at successful people's doors and ask for tips, send creepy fanboy love letters, do everything you can to learn from every single person you can. All right, number 3, don't get cocky. I'd like to say that I don't get cocky, but maybe there's just a few ways I've been a little bit cocky over the years. Like maybe I got a little bit cocky with SEO when I built a 6-figure blog in 12 months, or maybe I got cocky with advertisers when I realized we could charge $500 for an Instagram reel, or perhaps I was cocky with tourism boards when we saw that we could charge $10,000 for an all expenses paid trip, or maybe writing the last 4 lines in this video script was cocky in itself. Anyways, you should know your worth, but don't overdo it. Just because your particular market might be exploding right now, it doesn't mean it'll always be that way. If you always go into everything with the intention of helping other people, sharing the most valuable content possible, building a real community, and just generally not being a douchebag, then I think you're gonna be fine. All right, number 4 is diversify. You've probably heard me say this way too many times now, but if your blog gets more than 80% of more of its traffic from Google, or if it makes more than 50% of its income from one source, like ads, affiliates, or sponsors, then you need to take a good, hard look at your business and find ways to diversify. Take this from a guy who's seen his businesses crash by 50% or more because of a lack of diversification. Those types of crashes can be enough to make an entrepreneur quit. How do I know this? Because in the past year or so, there's been like a mass extinction event of bloggers since Google decided to go DEFCON 4 on them for doing exactly what Google told them to do in the first place. Had they been diversified more, and this includes us, they probably wouldn't be crying themselves to sleep every night or, God forbid, waking up to an alarm clock to go back to their shitty 9-to-5 jobs. The only non-diversified business that's still a real business and is relatively safe is one that earns almost all of its income from a product or service. If your business makes most of its money from a product that you created created and you own, then you can probably sleep soundly because you own that product and thus you have more control over your own fate. Don't let other companies control the majority of your income, and don't rely on a single platform for the majority of your traffic and lead generation. All right, number 5 is to have a product. Like I said, if you don't own it, you can never control it. Create your own product or service. This is basically the definition of a business, and yet so many online entrepreneurs seem to bank their entire businesses on outside sources to pay their salaries. Create a product, promote it on your blog, social media, and email. Think courses, ebooks, coaching programs, itineraries, live lessons, and memberships. If you don't have one now, get on it. If you have more than a few hundred people seeing your content every month, then you're probably missing out on thousands of dollars per year by not creating a simple digital product or service. Number 6, rock your email funnels. When we sell courses, we do it almost exclusively from our email list. One email subscriber is like 1,000 followers. These are the people who are most likely to buy from you. On top of that, you own your email list. No algorithm or tech feature or tech company will ever block you from contacting that list as long as you're not being too spammy. Offer something for free to your followers so that they'll happily give you their email address, and then offer them lots of value every single week for free. Eventually, after around 3 to 5 emails, once you've warmed up your subscribers, you can present your offer. But don't present it in a cringy, salesy way. If you've effectively led your subscribers down the 5 stages of avatar awareness within your email sequence, then they will be happy to buy from you. You don't have to be a sleazy used car salesman from the 70s to make money from your email list. Just be authentic, honest, and open with your subscribers. All right, number 7, don't sleep on social. I'll have to be honest here, I totally slept on social media for years. Money was pouring in from our blogs and email lists, and we had more than enough to travel around the world and save for our futures. I was never a person who wanted to be famous. Rich would be pretty cool, but famous, no thank you. So I thought that the fact that we were able to make good money without showing our faces all that much was pretty awesome. But I was wrong. Yes, our businesses did well with a dozen or so writers, but people engage with people. We would have been much further along if we had focused on our personal brand. This is what we've been doing now for the past couple of years, and it's been paying off huge. I can't count the number of times one of our customers or clients has said to us, "Wow, I feel like I already know you." That's because we're personal with them. And the best place to be personal is on social media. Like, social media is honestly the future. With AI turning the internet into a hotbed of regurgitated content and short form video content taking over, it's no surprise that social media is where it's at. While robots can write a passable blog post, no AI can create a talking head reel that people will actually resonate with. At least not yet. You don't have to spend your life posting every minute of your personal life online either. Choose one platform, for us it's mostly Instagram, create content on that platform, and then repurpose it to other platforms. But no matter what, every business needs a strong social presence. I would say you should get at least 50% of your total lead flow coming into your business from social. It's just that powerful for resonation and authority building. All right, number 8, invest in yourself. As a person who's selling coaching programs and courses, there's no way for me to say this without sounding like I'm trying to convince you to invest in yourself so you go buy one of my courses. So I'll just say this. I personally invest in myself all the time. Between Therese and I, we've spent close to $100,000 on courses, coaching programs, and consulting over the past few years. But it hasn't always been that way. I still remember one time about 5 or 6 years ago, my buddy said to me that he paid $1,500 for an email marketing course, and I thought he was absolutely insane. Now we've purchased a couple of programs worth well over $10,000, and guess what? They've been worth it. It's not like we've always turned around and earned that money straight back, but the skills and tools that we learn within these high-paying programs have always sharpened our own abilities and allowed us to grow our businesses further, or at least grow personally. So over time, they pay themselves off multiple times over. If somebody ever says to you that you're crazy for spending $5,000 on an online course, just ask them what the tuition bill was for that arts degree that they never used. You should be happy to pay $5,000 for something that might earn you $50K and might make you a better entrepreneur, a better partner, or a better person in the process. Number 9, success is not a straight line. This is probably the hardest lesson there is to learn, and it still hurts me to this day when one of our businesses is on a downward trajectory. But it happens. None of us are on a constant upswing, no matter what your Instagram feed will have you believe. Even Elon Musk has times when his businesses crash. It's just part of the game, so if you're an entrepreneur, get used to high highs and low lows. The best entrepreneurs out there will be able to accept the lows and move past them while staying humble during the highs. Number 10, success is 90% mindset. After helping over 1,000 people to start their own remote businesses and personally coaching nomadic business owners one-on-one, I can tell you that most people don't fail because they suck. They don't fail because their content is boring or because their audience gives up on them. They fail because they give up on themselves. This journey is one wrought with doubt, fear, and worry. People doubt that they'll ever make it. They fear that people are going to judge them and their content, and they worry that they're wasting their time. It's so common that it's actually ridiculous. I would go as far as to say that nearly 100% of people who are serious about building a remote business can succeed, but 99% of them don't succeed simply because they don't believe that they can. They give up, oftentimes just months or even weeks before they would have hit it big. I've seen this so many times. You just need to know that it's gonna work. Pick a single path, follow one system created by one person that you know has made them successful, and don't waver or look back for at least a year. Build your business in seasons. For each season, you should have a singular focus. Only when you've accomplished what you set out to do in that season, or if you're absolutely sure that the thing you are focusing on is unattainable, do you move to another season. All right, number 11, don't believe social media. Okay, you know how I said that you have to have social media to be successful? Well, what I mean by that is that you need to leverage social media for your business, but don't let it destroy you personally. It's almost impossible to scroll on Instagram without feeling like everyone's life is better than yours and everyone's business is more successful than yours is. I can tell you from experience in meeting and knowing a lot of these online business influencers that in most cases, their businesses aren't actually earning as much as they say, their lives aren't as good as they portray, and their businesses have down days just like the rest of us. We've posted about this many times on our own social media. All social media feeds are a highlight reel, including ours. Find inspiration from social media, but don't let it make you feel like you're doing something wrong. All right, and finally, the 12th thing that we've learned from 12 years of building businesses online is that passion doesn't equal business. If I hear one more person online say that all you need to build a successful business is to follow your passions, then my head will explode. A successful business needs to tick 4 boxes. It has to be something that you have a certain level of skill and knowledge around. It has to be something that actually has the potential to earn money. It should be in a market that's not overly saturated, or it should be positioned in a way that makes it completely unique. And yes, lastly, you need to be passionate about it. I've seen people spend years posting content about something they're passionate about, like cooking, but because they never planned their monetization or found a way to stand out in a saturated market, they were never able to turn it into a real business. If you're looking for a hobby, then by all means, post about your passions alone. But if you want to make it a business, you need to know how to do proper market research, pick a monetization strategy, find product market fit, and pair your passion with your skills and knowledge. Trust me, before building my fly fishing business into a 6-figure per year brand in just 12 months, I knew I was knowledgeable in that industry. I knew exactly how I was going to monetize, and I found specific ways to ensure that my brand stood out in an already saturated market. This is also what we help our clients to do during our live calls and our coaching programs. It's extremely important and can save you thousands of hours of work or just going down the wrong path entirely for years on end. But back to this video, one bonus piece of advice I want to give you before I end this video is just to be yourself. And I know what you're thinking, this is some generic vanilla sounding advice, but if you take it seriously and listen to what I'm saying, it could be the most important thing that you learned from this video. Also, it's a bonus, so you already got your 12, so just be grateful that I'm being so generous as a YouTuber and maybe consider subscribing for more. Okay, so basically being yourself just means that you don't pretend to be something that you're not online. Don't push yourself to follow trends or do things for the sake of trying to make money or just to go viral. Just do you. Do what you enjoy doing. Pick something you love, build a business around your passion, make sure you know what you're talking about, you have a niche and a monetization plan, and stay authentic as you grow it, no matter how ridiculously successful it becomes. We've been doing this whole digital nomad thing since before the term digital nomad even existed. We keep building remote businesses because we love it. We love being creative, we love building something for ourselves, we love the freedom to travel whenever we want and work from anywhere, and we love sharing our stories and knowledge, and yes, we love helping people. If you have any questions about building your own remote business or about growing one that you already have, comment the goat emoji down below. We'll send you our free quiz that will ask you the right questions to see if your passion, your skill set, and idea might be enough to build a business that allows you to travel the world full time while earning more money than you do now. That's it for this one, guys. I'll see you on the next video.